making public the contracts that Kenya has gotten into, the implementation matrices on these projects, right? And for a very long time, Kenyans have wanted to be part and parcel of these processes. So public participation, Kenyans are giving their views on the same, as well as Kenyans getting the document that Kenya appended its signature saying, fine, contractor ABC will come implement this project, and these are the documents. As we speak today, many contracts remain being a secret. Why is that the case? And how can Kenyans reconcile with the fact that they are paying for projects with which they do not understand the fine details that went into signing these documents?
You know, initially you've had projects that it has been clouded in secrecy in terms of implementation. That is true, because you had negotiations and agreements being signed, and even procurement being done in a way that nobody even understood. And you remember the issue about even the Adani deal, which was about the airport, and Kenyans refused. Yeah, when they rejected, then the whole process stopped. And therefore, I think when you look at the current introduction of the EGP, I think to me that is taking the country in the right direction, because it is introducing transparency, where programs are they are put onto the platform, and people can bid and be able to improve on transparency. But generally, I think as a country where we've come from where some projects were shrouded in secrecy, and therefore, I think...
and based on that, and you're admitting that there are projects that were shrouded in secrecy, therefore, the conversation that is happening in the country today, that there are odious debt, that Kenya is paying a debt for projects that, or for funds that never touched the accounts of this country. Is that a fact, that Kenya is paying debt for projects that were never implemented, or for funds that never made it to the consolidated account?
I have no evidence to that effect, and I wouldn't say I'm aware of any.
But if there are accounts or there are projects that were shrouded in secrecy, then what informs the payment of debt towards projects that have been shrouded in secrecy? What are Kenyans paying for then? And if that's the position, then what is the purpose of Parliament in making sure that these secret projects, these projects that have been shrouded in secrecy, become open, so that Kenyans today know what it is they are paying for?
You know, you look at projects like Anglo leasing. Yeah. You'll find that individuals entered into agreements with the government, with the governments or agencies on behalf of government. And therefore, once you do that, then you make the government to be part and parcel of some of these agreements. And therefore, any default means you'll be taken to international court, and the country will be able to be made to pay for that. And therefore, nobody knows how the Anglo leasing thing was done, and many other things which we might not have been aware. And therefore, I think this was the initial trend that we were able to see. And you remember that at some times Parliament has formed committees to look into some of these things.
And what has that resulted in?
Pardon?
What has that resulted in when Parliament